Good afternoon. How is everybody doing? It is 12 o'clock, all right? Just a few minutes after 12. Halftime, little strat time. I did say I'd get back to you before the end of the day, so here I am. All right, I got a nice one here for us here. Let's see what we got. Going into the new year, I'm looking at things that where are we transpiring into? We are definitely going into the end of the year limping on AI. Okay, um, Nvidia got a big order from China today. All right, and the stock's not moving. All right, another reason why I don't like Nvidia. All right, so Nvidia is going to go back into the new year coming out of this on this 2-1, right? You're going to be inside here. All right, still trappage. All right, I mean they had really good news out this morning. The stock's up $1.22. I don't see it moving. I don't see it. I don't see anything moving. I'm looking at Avgo right now. I'm watching on shorter time frames. But when I get over here, I'm only going to show you months. Okay, that's it. The only chart I'm going to show is month here. All right. So 2-1 here, right? Nvidia can't get going. Gets big order from China. Stock's not going to move. All right. So we know that AI is stuck. All right. And the problems that they have is more than likely money. All right. Probably a money problem. So getting ahead of themselves a little bit fast. And I think that at the end of the day, I think AI is still farther away than we think. Okay. Now you can get on your chat GPT and get answers or questions. Okay. We had encyclopedias. Right. We had those too. All right. So, now this is obviously could tell us a lot more in more detail. All right. And I get that. But to get it to where it's functional for the country and for the world, it's not prepared for that yet. All right, and that's my thoughts. All right, I'm sure anybody can argue with me on that one. But why is Nvidia not going up today? That's the question. Okay, 100 years. You see that sign behind me? 100 years. All right, I say that a lot. All right. Salesforce is starting to move back up a little bit here. I see that, and that thing's been kind of stalling out. So I see they're popping up here a little bit right now as I'm speaking. As soon as I start talking trash about them, they start going up. So I got Apple going back up here, and I got Avgo coming back up here. We're getting a little rally here. They really were choppy. They came in hot to the downside. And they've been fighting back all day. I hope we do get a nice Santa Claus rally before the day ends. And I got a bunch of positions that I'd like to get out of. All right, so I'm sitting, I'm waiting. I want to get paid. So we'll see what happens. All right, they are starting to move up a little bit here. I see the diamonds getting a little bit better. All right, so we'll see what happens. But meanwhile, we're going into a new year. All right, and what are we going to be looking at? Well, if AI comes in stalled out, like it looks like it's going to happen here, you know, what is it? What is it that they're going to go after? What kind of year is 2026 going to be? It's going to be the year of the hunt, all right, for the AI, and the hunt is the money and a lot of other complicated things that are involved. Okay, so it's just like you can't like snap your fingers and things happen. That's not how it works in the world, man. If it did, well, maybe in 10 years that will be the world that we live in. But for right now, this is what we got. So what I'm gonna give you something practical going into the new year, something you can look at, and something you can maybe hang your hat on. You can maybe say, the guy's crazy. None of these stocks are going to go up. But I'm looking at stocks that have been down for the year. All right, stocks that, but most of these stocks that I'm going to show you, I'm going to say like 85% of them, they all pay a nice dividend. All right, so this is the kind of year we're going into next year. And I mentioned that this morning too. I said we're going into a more volatile year. I think I think we need to be a little bit more defensive. We've had 3 straight years of up moves. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see the market falling apart by any stretch of the imagination either. But what I do see is I see a defensive year. I think I see something where things are gonna get tightened up. All right, and that's what I think. I mean, we're seeing what's coming here at the end of the year right now. Just trying to get a Santa Claus rally here, and we're having a hard time with that. All right, so and AI hasn't been participating in any of this. I'm looking at AMD and NVIDIA, and I'm looking at all this stuff, and it's not doing anything. Palantir's 179 down a $1.19 today, so nothing going on. So the stall out there is going to stop. I would say going forward into next year, I would shrink your world down and just look at the Mag 7. That takes Palantir out of the picture. But I think that's the group you should be in, and stick with Grandpa. All right, I think Microsoft is still going to be probably one of the better ones. Okay, and I think Apple is going to be one of the better ones. So I'm going to start. I'm going to start right off with Apple. All right, because I went in alphabetical order. All right, so Apple. All right, we got a 2-2 here. All right, because we couldn't take out the lower low from the previous month. All right, but we did get up through there. So 288.62. If you got the Santa Claus rally, you would get back up there. But right now, we're completely stalled out here on the monthly. Okay, and Friday, you're going to be coming in here 277, 272 and change right now. Apple is up 16 cents right now. All right, it's not doing anything. All right, so up 16 cents today. I mean, looking at the futures right now, the SPY is 0.27. The diamonds are 0.29, and the Qs are 0.27. There is nothing going on. It is dead. All right, so going to get inside here, all right? You're going to be inside on Apple, okay? And from the way it's looking here, complete stall out from what I see, all right? I don't want to go to any other time frames. We're just looking at the month, all right? And we know that we're going to be coming inside here on Apple, all right? Apple's, you know, better year than last year. Right, and we crapped out at the beginning of the year. The April was the bad month. Really, the only bad month we had out of the year, right? And we recovered from it. All right, it came right back up. So better year here on Apple. And you know, you got to think, okay, we should start to move. I think we're going to get into more of a choppiness kind of at least. All right, and I want to say the first quarter. I want to say maybe even a little past that. Okay. All right, so I think stumbling around with AI is where we're going to be, I think, for a while. All right, that's my prediction. Put it on me. If they turn and blast, then they do that. You know what I'm saying? But this is my opinion and my opinion only. All right, so Apple, there you go, stalled out, but you know, a better year, right? Especially the recovery from this month that came back in. And look at it, sat for 2 months and didn't do anything. All right, so we might see more of that this year. All right, so 1-1 inside right now, and then boom, then it made the move to the upside. All right, Apple, I think Apple's better. And I think that Apple is going to survive better than most. Okay, that's amongst its peers. I've really only got one other stock that I like is Cisco, and Cisco, I mean, it's just it earnings come in every time, man. These guys never miss. They're always working. These guys at Cisco pays a nice dividend too. So look at these stocks that are going to pay you that dividend, all right? And Cisco is going to pay you a dividend, around 50 cents. About 50 cents a quarter, so you're going to get about $2, all right, on Cisco. Cisco looks pretty good to me. I think this is going to be the ones that's going to fare a little bit better here, all right. So coming back off the high at 80.82, and I'm looking for is I want to get involved in Cisco, but I'd like to see them come down a little bit more, okay. I don't necessarily want to buy anything up here right now, all right. So I would like to see if we can maybe get some better pricing coming back down into the into the new year. All right, so again, better than the previous year by a ton. Okay, this has been really, really moved, guys. This has been really, really big moves. All right, so we're gonna consolidate. I think we're gonna do some consolidating. We're not gonna get killed, but I think there's going to be some coming, some up and comings. All right. So all right. So Apple, and then Archer Daniels Midland. All right. Most of these stocks are going to be staple stocks. All right. They've been down. Here's your year on your staples. Right. You had a better year last year. Okay, better year last year. Tried to get back up. Couldn't get last year's highs out. All right, and now you got this actionable coming back inside. So we look to see if we get a 2-1 and we start to maybe start to edge up a little bit. All right, my thoughts is that I think some of these hedge funds might see some value in these stocks. Okay, I don't think they're going to come in super heavy on them, but if AI is not doing anything, you're going to have to look some other way. All right, so Archer Daniels Midland coming in with the 2-1 month. I like that setup coming in. All right, especially with the red. All right, so that's what I can say. Right, down from the previous year. Okay, and that's what we got on Archer Daniels, right? Archer Daniels pays a nice dividend too. Archer Daniels, where's that one? I kind of wrote them down. Archer Daniels will pay you 51 cents a quarter. All right, so ADM, a little better there too. All right, now just horrible. All right, horrible. I love Boeing. It's I think it's going to triangle out last year's highs at 258, coming back in. All right. I'll tell you, man, Boeing really showed up at the end of the year, did it not? All right, this thing's holding up pretty well, and they just got an order for a bunch of planes yesterday too. All right, so that helps. They got cash now. All right, they didn't have cash. They got cash now, and they had all these strikes, and they had all these things that are behind them now. I think Boeing is better. All right, I think Boeing is better, and I like the way Boeing's setting up here with the new month coming. All right, little room for Sneaky Pete, man, but not much. All right, so Boeing, I think Boeing's better. You want to buy dips on Boeing, all right, and because it is going to come in. You remember what I said yesterday? You're going to whine, and you're going to dine. All right, there's going to be some whining. All right, so Boeing, there you go. Again, looking real good here. Coming up really strong here after the year that it had with the April. Everybody had the April, but this guy came down, went outside, and then took it back up to the highs. All right, and that was at 243.49. I was in this stock. I traded it. All right, I had it. I sold it. I sold it in the 220s, and I didn't get optimum out of it. I should have got more money out of it from where I bought it. I was in it like 172. I made money in it, but I think there's a better trade in here. All right, so Boeing, I like it. It looks good coming into the new year. All right, we'll wait and see what Boeing wants to do. It's probably going to stall out with the new year, but we'll wait and see. But I think Boeing is going to be better, guys. All right, I like Boeing. Budweiser, all the beer stocks, they've been coming back up a little bit here. Still suffering, though, from the highs that they made. All right, for this year, you got all the way up to $72.06. Now, this thing got creamed. It got creamed a couple times, but again, this thing's just been taking a beating. Budweiser, I don't see this thing getting too crazy, but I think this thing looks a little bit better coming back up. All right, so we'll see if Budweiser can get up there and get back up to 70.87, and then we can maybe see if Budweiser can get back up again. This is a staple. Budweiser's going to pay you a dividend, guys. All right. If you're into wanting to hold stocks and collect dividends, or if you're going to be a day trader, you can work it either way. All right, cater it to how you want it to be. All right, if you think that Budweiser is going to move up higher here, now we got a 3. We're looking for a 3-2 upper. All right, I think Budweiser better. Okay, I think that like I said, Some of these hedge funds might be looking at these stocks and saying, hey, you know what, there's some value here. And that's what I think. All right, so Budweiser, a little better. This one I love, man. Just absolutely been murdered on Calm. All right, Cal-Maine Foods. This thing, 126.40. All right, I love it the way it is right now, sitting on year low. All right, stay calm. All right, stay calm. Coming down here, look at that triangle out to the button right there. All right, I love this Calm coming back down off that high. Another one that pays a pretty decent dividend too on Calm. Actually, no Calm, no dividend on Calm, and it is going to report on January 7th, so you know. All right, Calm's coming up here fast with next week. All right, so Calm's going to report next week. Keep an eye on CALM. All right, that one got creamed, right? Colgate, another one, just slammed. All right, things that people have to buy. Okay, toothpaste, 3-1 inside. Everybody got tied up in AI, and now everybody's sitting on their poopsie with AI, and it won't move. All right, look at that move that just that move that just went up on Apple, just turned around and puked right back down. I'm looking at them here. AMD can't get it going. Nvidia gets great news and nothing's moving. All right, this is coming straight down, guys. I got a 3-1. I'm looking for that 3-1-2 back up. 3-1-2 back up on Colgate. All right, coming off the lows of the year. Okay, there we go. There is what I'm talking about. All right, so Colgate, Comcast. It's in the communications group. It's 213s it here at the end of the year. It's just it made the move here. This was the kill, right? And then they got it going, and they tried to get it going again. They tried to get it going again, and here we are now, coming back up again. Embrace the what, right? Embrace it. All right. So I looking for 3-2 up on Comcast with the new month coming here. All right. Comcast, that's a 213 coming back up, coming after the low of the year. Okay. Love it. Love it. Love it. Like the Comcast there. Costco, same thing here, guys. Horrible year. Back down. I mean, just. And just watching it since the day that that it broke, and this final month here, it just kind of it's the bottom kind of fell out on it a little bit here. All right, so I'm looking at it. I'd like to get in. It's probably if you're going to try to get into this thing right now, it's probably going to triangle out on you a couple times. So if you're going to have to whine. But if you can hang in there, Costco will get it back together, all right? You will dine, all right? You will dine, but there's going to be some whining, okay, for sure, all right? 844 is the number. 844 is the low of the year. I'm going to find a way to I try to find a way to get into Costco, and we'll wait and see what the new day and the new week starts to look like, okay? So Costco, there you go. Crap her out on the year, guys, all right? Costco's down and out. You got to think Costco's going to fight back. All right, so Costco. There's Cisco. I talked about it, but I had it in I talked about it with Apple because I really only have 2 tech stocks in this entire group. All right, Cisco and Apple are offensive, and most of the stuff that I'm talking about are defensive. All right, you could probably add another one in. I wouldn't add in Micron in. Micron moves so much, guys. I would not want you to go out and buy Micron. All right, that thing has moved exponentially. If there's any other thing out there that I like kind of Palantir, and I kind of like AMD. All right. That's it with Cisco, right? So Diageo, Booz again. Now Booz sitting on the year low here, coming back down on your staples. All right, these things have just been beat down. All right, Diageo coming down here as well. Diageo will pay you a dividend as well. I'm trying to find it over here. I can't. $2.48. All right, you're getting a nice dividend out of Diageo. You're buying it at a discount. Come on, man. All right. So Diageo looks pretty good to me. Now they could come in lower. We want them to be break a little bit lower in reverse and try to come back up. That's what we're looking for. Dollar Gen really punched up, and Dollar Tree, both of them came back up pretty strong here. I still think there's a long way to go on Dollar Gen and Dollar Tree. All right. I think this year still gets better for these guys. Just stores building all over the place. All right, so they got expansion, they got cash, they're doing things. All right, so watch Dollar Tree, Dollar Gen, and then Dollar Tree. I threw that one in too. Same thing here. This one's a little better even. But there, you're going to cut. Sneaky Pete's going to get in here somewhere, so you're going to be sitting for a while here. All right, but we'll wait and see where she starts to set up. How's the day going? How's the week going? And then we take it from there, all right? So Dollar Tree, lots of room to go. That's what I'm looking for, all right? I don't know if I put this one in Fizz. This thing's sitting on and look at it. This has been garbage, as you can see. There's been really no movement in this thing since back then, 21. Okay, so coming back down. I'm not a big fan of this one coming down here right now, but sitting on lows, guy broke everything. Look at that, almost to the letter. You broke this. You made a new low now here. You notice how that was our low sitting there. Now we made a lower low, so we see if we can turn that. You're gonna get that lower low here. You're gonna get that lower low on the month. You could go 3-3. Okay. You could potentially go through 3. All right, Fizz. I'm not too crazy about that one. I like this one, man. This doesn't pay a dividend, but this Freshpet, just murdered. Tried to get it going. I mean, what a comeback. All right. I mean, I'm calling that a comeback. All right. Got killed here this year. All right. They got great commercials, if anything. All right, Freshpet does not pay you a dividend, but I'm 2-2 back up here, and Sneaky Pete's got room to get back in. I think this one's got a little bit potential to the upside if the XLPs and the staples start to trigger. All right, and that's what we're going to be looking for. Looking for that group to trigger. And what's going to happen here? The Dow Jones Industrial Average, it made up to the highs. It didn't get to where I wanted to do. I wanted to go to 50, but we got up there to like 49. I think that still has to get back up to that highs. So I would look for the diamonds, and then this is where the diamonds are going to come from. They're going to come from the staples. All right, so keep an eye on that group, and they're always the last ones to go. And so we'll see. All right, we'll see. And then, it's healthcare. It's too many moving pieces for me. All right, so FRPT, a little bit better here, coming from off of the lows of the year, guys. All right, we'll see what happens there. No divvy on that one. You ain't going to get no div. All right, General Mills, you're going to get a dividend. Look at this thing sitting on the lows of the year here. Oh, coming straight down. All right, look at. I mean, you had the year down. I mean, you puked it out. What year was this? 23 took a beating. All right, well, 25 took a beating. All right, and it didn't really get any relief. It did get some pushed back up to the upside, and then it puked again, and then it made that move again, and boom. All right, so embrace the chop, man. Embrace the chop. All right, so we'll wait and see now. We're coming, and you got a 3 here, so you're going to get inside, and you're going to be stuck. You're probably going to be whining a little bit. You're going to be some wine in there. You know what? When you're whining, you should drink some wine. Home Depot, man. Home Depot, loser for the year. You're buying a Primo stock at a discount right now. I don't care what you say. 2-1 here, going into the new year with an actionable shooter down. All right, so we'll see what Home Depot wants to do. Puke down, guys. All right. What can I say? I mean, this is 23, right? No, this was 22. Chop. It got back up. It chopped the whole year here. All right. And then it made the move. It made the move there, got the new highs at 439. puked it back up. Boom, boom. Come on, man. Let's go. Home Depot should get better. The reason why Home Depot was down for the year, or at least that's what Home Depot is saying, is that there was less hurricanes and there was less storms. Okay? And that is the reason. That's why Home Depot is saying they had a bad year. All right? So see if Home Depot can do anything here. I like where it's sitting, right? Sneaky Pete's going to get right back in there on the new month there at Home Depot. Hershey had a choppy bad year because it had to cut because of the price of cocoa. I don't think that has changed. All right. I think that they still got cocoa problems. and remember this, all of these stocks were really kind of ravaged by the tariffs. All right. So we'll see if that starts to play into it. That could derail it a little bit. But I think that they might be, the tariff talk has gone away. if anything's happened, at least the talk has gone away. All right. So 2-2 right there on Hershey. I think Hershey can get better, but this one you got to be a little cautious with because you're still going to have higher costs on that. I don't know about this one. This one's a pretty new stock here, JBS. I'm not sure what this one even is here. I added it in there. So not much to look on this one. It's pretty young. So JBS 2-2 up to finish the month. But it's wicked up crazy. All right, so Sneaky Pete going to get in there too. All right, back up to 1780 is the move to the upside, if there is a move to the upside. All right, so Jabs, I don't know, San Filippo, I love these guys. They're over here in Elgin, Illinois. So this thing murdered, okay? Murdered. JJ Snack Foods. JJ, that's me. I'm JJ. All right, coming straight down. Now you got the two that made the low here. You see if that can hold, and then you see if it can start to move back up. All right, this thing's been down and out in Beverly Hills big time. All right, JGH Snack Foods. They got a huge facility in Elgin, Illinois. Dr. Pepper and Keurig. Keurig and Dr. Pepper are in cahoots. Straight down again, shooter on the month here as we go to finish here with the last day. So you got a shooter coming down. So you got two choices to make there. She either goes into force and starts to, if it goes into force, it's still green. All right, so buyers are still in control on this thing. So I would be a little sketchy on this one. Keep an eye on it, but if it starts to get back up and edge back in there, possibilities for it to get back up a little bit. This one, little bit, but you got the hammer up that did go into force, but then puked. So we'll see what happens with that one. All right. It did its job there and it came back down. It might do its job and then go back up. All right. So KDP, Dr. Pepper, and Keurig. And Keurig is in bed with them. All right. Coming back up on a hammer here on ketchup, Kraft Heinz. You got the cheese. You got everything. All right. So food. A lot of food here. I'm talking about a lot of food stocks, a lot of staples. All right, guys, staples. That's what I'm talking about here. All right, so you're going to be coming right inside here on Friday, and we're going to see what happens there with your new month, your new year, your new quarter. You get a whole bunch of new time frames. All right, so you got to watch, man. These things could all potentially turn green, and then all of a sudden we got a situation. All right, so we'll wait and see, but we're going to get some new bars. All right, so we're going to get some new bars. All right, so KHC, a little better there coming off the lows of the year, man. All right, so KHC ketchup. All right, ketchup ain't going anywhere anytime soon. The question is, I think it was tariffs. I really do. I think a large part of it was tariffs. All right, so Kimberly-Clark, I had the gapper down on the month. On the 2 month here, and just hasn't been able to recover. A little shadow boxing here. I would be careful on this one. And they're in the process of buying another company right now, so I think that's the reason why all this transpired. So give Kimberly-Clark some time. That one does pay a nice dividend, though, too. Kimberly-Clark will pay you a nice dividend on that one as well. All right, so KMB. Coca-Cola has been chopped, man. What a chopped up year this thing's been. All right. Coca-Cola will pay you a huge dividend. Choppy. $2.04. Come on, man. All right, 2-1 back inside. I think it's time for Coca-Cola to get back up. All right, 2-1. Had the really nice move on the upside for 2024, and then just tried to puke it all out, but stalled it out there. All right, so we'll see if Coke can get going there. That thing's been really heavy. Kroger, food again here, down on the year, got up to 74.90, back down here to 60.96. You're going to be coming inside over here somewhere, $62 and change. You're going to get a new month, you get a new year, and you get a new quarter. All right, and you get a new week, you get new everything. All right, shiny, brand new. All right, so Kroger, that one's there. Mondelez, this is another one that pays a nice dividend here on Mondelez. Mondelez makes the lower low on the month here. All right, so where are we at right now? We're sitting down at $54 coming off the yearly low. Does that look like a support level to me? Kind of does to me. I don't know. Coming up, lining up here and here. We look like we might have a little bit of a support area there. We'll wait and see if what Mondelez wants to do with the Oreo cookies. All right, they make them Oreo cookies. Philip Morris cigarettes, right? 212 down. Got the higher high on the month here, but it's kind of stalled out in here. So this one's kind of stuck in because it's really stuck right in the middle of this range here. So going to have to give that one some room, see if that can get going. Pepsi got a little bit better here. Still did not have a good year. All right, it was up to 160.19. It's trading at 143 right now. All right. They switched over from Costco to Coke. So that was kind of a hit for Pepsi. I think that's where that came in. They had switched over, but now they signed a contract with some other company. So I don't watch it that closely, but you got coming back down on Shooter. So watch out for that. Could go into force, and it could get some lower lows on Pepsi. So be careful with them. I think you can be careful with everything. PetSmart. PetMed. Look at this one with the outside. Give me the 3-2 up on the monthly, on the yearly, on the quarterly. How about yearly pivot machine gun? Oh my God, did I just say that? Yeah, your yearly pivot machine gun. All right, back up to 703. All right, down to 319. Pet Med Express. All right, look at that. You got that outside month to finish the year. We'll see what happens to that. All right, so Pet Med. All right, Procter and Gamble. We know the story about this one. We know that I showed you the yearly chart. I told you. Where we're trying to get in at, and where did it get down to? 138.27. I still did not get filled because I think I'm at 138. Okay. So we'll see what Procter does. It took almost out 3 years, as you can see. This is the third year right here. That's how close it got. All right, triangle out would take it all the way back down to here to 135.84. That would take out 3 years. All right, so I like that. Coming back up. You're going to go inside here. All right. Still, we'll see. Pays a great dividend too. I mean, come on. It's a good stock to hold on to. You can buy these, and then you can sell the calls against them, and you can just, stock up on the credits. All right. So Procter, I think better, right? I mean, come on, we're coming back up off of all that business, all right. This is PM. So this is Philip Morris. The other one was Altria. They're both kind of the same, I guess. I'm not sure what the differences are. 2-2 back up on the. You got a nice hammer going up here at the on the month. Coming into the last month of the year, looks like that could take maybe 2-2 back up, possibly. All right, see with Philip Morris, this one 186.90, 186, and you notice that they're all down on the year. All right, so Philip Morris PM Post got creamed again here. 3-1-2-2 down. Coming back upside, Sneaky Pete's going to get right inside there. You see what happens there. Post, right? Cereal. All right, and some other things as well. Post Pilgrim Pride chicken. Pilgrim Pride is a 2-1-2 back up on the month, looking for some more. All right. See if 40-47. We'll see there. We see it really ranges on the price of chicken. So keep an eye on that one. Pilgrim Pride made the move here and then kind of fell off back, sitting at 39.23, 2-1-2. I like the 2-1-2 upper. All right, Pilgrim Pride on the month there to finish the year. All right, Pilgrim Pride. Reynolds, aluminum foil and a lot of other things. Them trays, they make a lot of things. They make a lot of things that are on your table. All right. So REYN is the special. It's a consumer stock. All right. It got nasty. Got a little nasty here in the last month of the year. So maybe a little exhaustion risk to the downside here. So we'll see if that comes back in. All right. I see a little bit of exhaustion risk there after a nice move up and to get the 2-1-2 puker down. We'll wait to see if that either wants the continuation to the downside or if you got some exhaustion risk, and then maybe they start to pop up, and then that's the old moves up and then the move down, and then you got the wine again. All right, so you got that coming too. All right, Sam Adams. Oh my God, sitting on the low of the year with the 2-1. How about a 2-1 going into the new year? I mean, where are you going? I mean, Sam hasn't had it good in a while. All right. Sam has not had it in a while. All right. They're just not drinking beer. All right. Sam Adams finishes the year and the monthly with an insider. All right, so look for the 2-1 there wherever she wants to go. You see it, man. This thing's been down pretty good, guys. All right, so we'll see if Sam Adams can get back to glory. The thing was at $1,349. I mean, we're just low. Give me back to 327 coming back up, all right? So we'll see what Sam Adams wants to do there. Sprout Farm, I didn't want to put in there. It does not pay a dividend. It just got creamed to the downside. This one, you got a wall of worry here, boy. I'll tell you that. That is a strong defensive line right there. Something like the Steelers used to have back in the 70s, not like they are now. All right, but you're going to be kind of trapped inside here for a while. But the good thing is that you're moving out that way, okay? So Sprout Farm, we'll see. We'll see if that one can get better. No divvy on that one, no divvy. All right, SPB, Spectrum Brands. I looked at this one, another one. It's just a ton of things that shows up on your table. 2-1 inside. I like the 2-1 here coming back up with the red coming down pretty heavy, and then chop, 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 chop. How you going to get out? All right, embrace this chop on the monthly, and then see what you probably get that 2 down, and then you get the move back up. All right, so that's the wine and the dine. All right, so SPB, Spectrum Brands, that's a little bit better. I'm almost done. TAP, Coors, Golden Coors. All right, Miller Lite, all the good stuff, right? You see it, man. Horrible year. All right, horrible year for the beer across the board, and Diageo too. Look at that Diageo sitting on the lows there. It's all booze mostly. All right, and Diageo here. I'm sorry, TAP. You're stuck in the middle on the month, so if it get nudged either way, it might move, but you're going to have to hit it hard and then see if it starts to move around a little bit. Other than that, right now she's going to open right inside there, stuck in the middle, and she's probably going to be stuck in the middle there. All right, but again, if you can hit it hard enough, you might get that thing to move a little bit. All right, so I don't not necessarily crazy about that one. Tyson Foods chicken 2-2 up on the chickens after a down year, trying to come back up. All right, you're going to come right back inside here somewhere on the new month. All right, Staples. All right, I'm almost done. Unfee. This is another food distributor. It's like that Calm that I showed you. It's just not as good as Calm was. That Calm is sitting on that low like that. Keep an eye on that one, guys. I like that one a lot. Again, now coming back down here, 222. Unfee does not pay you a dividend either on Unfee, so be careful with that one. And that's it, man. I'll give you XLP at the end here. XLP tried to get going last month in November, right? Tried to relive the dream, and then puked it all back out, coming back inside again. So you're going to be stuck right in here on your XLPs. You're looking for that 2-2 back up. All right, so that's all I got. Take a look at these stocks. Tell me what you think. I wish you could. But you can send me a message through the email. I like to get some feedback. But this is what I think is coming as we start to get closer. And don't be fooled. I think that retail will come back to life. Okay? Did I say? Did I not put that one in there? I think there's one I missed here. Oh, I did miss one. All right, I missed one, and one of the most important ones. All right, Walmart. All right, Walmart. All right, just put up the year high. All right, we're trying to get back up there. I'm staying in Walmart. Walmart's good. Walmart was up 5% from a year ago. That's all right. I might not get another 5%, but I guarantee you it's going to be up again. All right, so that thing moved up exponentially here. It's a 111.67. It's a shooter down, but it's still in control. With the buyers still in control on this thing, but we'll wait and see what Walmart wants to do. Kind of gave it up there, and it's been struggling to get it back. All right, so November was the month, boy. Had a nice move there. All right, so that's it. I promise I have no more. All right, so Walmart. I didn't want to forget Walmart though. All right, so this is the last time you're going to hear from me in 2025. I probably won't make anything at the end of the day today. It is 12:49 in Chicago. It's been great working with you guys for a year, and I hope that we can make some money going into the new year. I hope that some of this helps some people. I hope it gives you just a different insight of what you're looking at and what you're seeing. You know, everybody getting tied up in this AI business, and everybody thinks they're going to get rich on trading the AI stocks. Let me tell you something. It's going to be difficult. All right, that's going to be difficult. So this could be an alternative to sit back and say, hey, you know what? Hey, these things are cheap right now, and they have been knocked down. And I got a couple guys that are talking about it too. All right, so we'll see what the new year brings. And everybody, happy New Year. Be careful. It's amateur night. Don't do anything stupid. Don't drive in a car after you've been drinking. Very bad idea. I've been through a lot of New Year's. I know the deal. I know the deal. I had to put my kids through New Year's. Oh my God. So anyhow, all right. So just be safe, be good, and have a wonderful New Year. Have a drink with your family, and just be good. All right. And we'll talk to you in 2026. Be good.